Okay, so it has been a long time since I have picked up the camera to do any sort of vlog or video. I think the last one that I did was our beach trip. But the whole reason I picked it up today was because we are going back to the fertility clinic. It's gonna seem like such a short time for you watching because I was so behind on all my videos. I just recently posted like everything from our last transfer and pregnancy and miscarriage and all that. So all of that has been posted recently, but it actually happened all last summer. So I think the beach video is from like August. And it is now April 2022. So it's been a while for us, but not long for you. But we are actually going to the fertility clinic because we're wanting to do another transfer. I think I might have said some stuff about this in a previous video, but we have 2 embryos left. They're not the best quality. I think they're both C pluses, which I think means like the CA. You do like the 2 different letters. One's for the placenta and one's for the baby. And so I think they're CAs. Lincoln was an AB, right? And then the one we just lost was a BC. So I think she had originally said that there's not much of a difference between the one we just lost and these 2. I don't know. We did not genetically test our embryos, so the grading is strictly based off of like how they look, I guess, under a microscope, just like how the cells look and how many cells that they have. So I'm not trying to like base like all of my hope or whatever in the grading, because if that's the case I would, well, I'm still pretty nervous going into it because of the grade. But I do know plenty of people who have babies with this grade, and even my doctor said that her nephew was a C. So that makes me feel a little bit better. But then on the other end, they're not genetically tested, so, and that was what was wrong with the last one. If you haven't watched my last, or the miscarriage video, our baby had trisomy 8, and so it wouldn't have worked out anyway. So if that one was genetically tested, we would have known that going into it. So yeah, anyway, we're going today to talk to her because it's been a year and I honestly have no idea what I want to do, because our embryos, I'm pretty sure, are day 7s, if I remember right. Because when we did our retrieval originally, we were going to do a fresh transfer, and when we got there on that day, he said that they weren't quite ready, but that we had 2 of them that looked really good. And so they called us later that day or even the next day and was like, yeah, you have 2. And we thought that was it, that we just had 2. And then I think like the next day he said, okay, we froze 2 more, so I'm pretty sure they're day 7s, which is also not a good factor into our embryos. But since they were, I think, day 7s and then not the best quality, they were frozen together. So whenever we do a transfer, we'll have to thaw both of them. And so I have the choice of thawing both and just doing one and then refreezing the other one, which I know can be an issue too. So that's why I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to do 1 embryo or 2. And so since I literally cannot make up my mind, I just wanted to make this appointment to talk to our doctor, just to hear like what she has to say like medically and from her viewpoint, and what she thinks that we should do, because it costs a lot of money. So I don't know, like it would just suck to have to do it twice just to get a baby, or even do it twice and not get one at all. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk to her about today, and then I will let you know after. Okay, so we are done with our appointment and we are on our way home, but we had to stop at AutoZone because since like probably end of last year, so when it was like starting to cool down outside, our air messed up, and it actually, our vehicle had a recall on it, but since we were over the mileage, they wouldn't pay for it. So since it was like getting into fall and winter, we just didn't get it fixed, and when we needed it, my husband just put like Freon in it. Well, he just put some in Sunday. Today is Tuesday, and it's already hot again, so I'm like dying, I'm sweating. But anyway, you don't care about that. But okay, so as soon as I sat down, like all these emotions just like flooded over me, because it's been 8 months since our miscarriage, but the last time I was there is like when all the bad stuff was happening. So that's immediately like what I thought about when I sat down and saw the room and all that. So the beginning of it was not fun because of all those emotions, but I sat down and I talked with her, and I feel a lot better. I feel like all of my talking and explanation at the beginning of this video was like all over the place, but so they are day 7s. They are grade C. They are C pluses, so I guess that's like a CA. But one thing that we did find out is these are lower quality, but they're kind of more progressed than our last one, and even Lincoln's embryo. So like both of them were, their number was a 3, which I think is just like blastocyst, and these are a 4. Do you have to turn it over? Hopefully you can still hear me. My hair's gonna be blowing everywhere. But these are a 4. Maybe if I turn this way. I don't think that helps any. Let me turn it up like this. There we go. Okay, so Lincoln and this last one was a 3. So when you hear grading of embryos, they'll be like, oh, well, mine was a 4AA. Okay, so like the 4 is how much it's like expanded. So it starts when, you know, the egg is fertilized, and then it grows to a blastocyst, and then expanded blastocyst, and then TJ's making fun of my hand motions. And then I think like it starts to hatch and then fully hatch. So ours, these last 2 are an expanded blastocyst. So that's good, and they are frozen together, so they're like, I think she said like they're frozen in the straw. I think that's what she said. I don't know, but they're frozen together. But she was like, you have 3 options. You have 3 options. You can transfer one. You can, what? Is it cool? You can transfer one, you can transfer both, or you can genetically test. And then before I could even say anything, she was like, do you want to know what I think you should do? And I was like, yes, that's why I'm here. Because I had 8 months to figure this out and no idea. I need her expertise. And she was like, doing both. And she said they both have pregnancy potential. They're not genetically tested, so we don't know if one's normal, both is normal, or neither. But she said she never really tries to go for multiples, but with us she felt confident in doing both. But she said don't do it unless we are prepared for twins, which I don't think that will happen, and I'm not sure if she thinks that will happen. Maybe mentally, but at least you can be more prepared knowing that you put 2 in versus someone who naturally gets pregnant and they're like, surprise, it's twins, you know? So like if we did both and we got a positive, we'll know going in like, hey, it could be twins. You know what I mean? Versus just being surprised. But yeah, so I do feel better after talking with her. I asked TJ if he felt better, and he said he felt the same. So he wanted to do 2 anyway. So I just wanted to give them their best chance. And I think, like she said, it just makes me nervous and scared because this is literally it for us. Like, these are our last 2 embryos. If these don't work, we're just done. So technically we could do 2 more, but since we're doing it all at once, it just makes me like nervous because we're putting all our eggs in one basket. We're headed home. I want to get something to eat. Can we get Chick-fil-A?
Oh, that's on the other side of town.
Where are we?
Like on the back side of West Memphis.
What can we eat? I don't care, just eat somewhere. And then we're gonna go pick up Lincoln. One of my best friends is keeping him, and I know you're watching, Jenny, so thank you, I love you. But yeah, we're gonna go pick him up, and then I have to go home and work because I'm doing an Easter cookie pop-up. TJ's making fun of me because apparently I smack, and every time he watches one of my videos, he talks about it, and it's annoying. You talk, mister. What do you have to say? Exactly. But yeah, I'm doing an Easter pop-up on Friday, so on these weeks I literally work non-stop to get as much done as possible. And yeah, so it's Easter weekend. I'm gonna hopefully do like an Easter weekend vlog, hopefully. I'm trying to get back in the swing of doing this. I've been like editing all of these videos from our last cycle, and I've gotten decent at it. I'm sure there's more I could learn, but like it doesn't take me as long to edit because I know more of what to do. But yeah, so hopefully more fun videos are coming. Obviously IVF is coming. Oh yeah, I guess I could say we're gonna hopefully start this cycle. So it is April, and if we start at the end of the cycle, we could have a transfer sometime in June. So it's all kind of dependent on when my cycle starts, and then we're having vacation like end of May, beginning of June, and I want to work around that, and she said that shouldn't be a problem. So more fun stuff to come, especially since we're transferring too. So yeah, you can pray for us. Alright, bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye for real.
Bye for real.